of things that you're not happy with possession by possession. You've got a lead late. You don't sprint back on me. Have a bad possession there when it matters. You don't sprint back. You give up a three. You know, like you blow a lead late. We've done that a handful of times now. It certainly is frustrating. You have the ball again, which we were in the exact same position against Tulane. Felt like a couple weeks ago when you have the ball, and I'd like us to get downhill or put a little pressure on the defense before we just settle for a jump shot and give us a chance to get an offensive rebound. But I did think Landers shooting a three, it feels like I believe in his jumper so much. If he gets a good look from three, it feels like a layup to me. So I didn't mind the shot, but I guess to put it in perspective, we were in the exact same position at Tulane with the exact same result, and I thought we handled it completely differently. I loved how our guys responded in overtime. I thought we had the mentality tonight just to find any way we could to win the game. Was it pretty down the stretch? No. Did we execute offensively like I want? No. You know, did we get every stop we needed to get? No. You know, but the will and the mentality to win, that's what you're pleased with as a coach. And to be honest, that's way more important than the basketball X and O stuff, because you can get back to that and work at that and that type of thing. So that's the part I'm pleased with. You know, 4 times now we played Temple since I've been here, and they've just been all battles. They've been battles. I mean, everyone's been physical. Aaron does a great job. Every game's been close, and it was good for us to get on the other side of one tonight. Damian Dunn was fantastic, especially late. We had a difficult time with him. And then in overtime, I did think Ches did a better job and got some key stops in the one-on-one situation. And then I thought Landers was great in overtime on both ends. I mean, wow. So, you know, some of the stuff. He misses the game winner. He hasn't been in the best stretch the last 2 weeks. We all know that. He would tell you that. But, man, to miss that game winner, to not get some key stops in regulation, and then come back and get those key stops in overtime, make some great plays off the bounce and some nice mid-range shots. I thought that was a huge lift for us. I thought David DeJulius was just a winner, you know, and he is a winner. And he's meant so much to our team this year and leading us in so many ways. But like the play, he sprints back and takes away the layup in transition, I think kind of embodies what he's been about here. And I'm really, really proud of his game tonight. Dan Skillings probably has his best game as a Bearcat, and that's just so good to see, because we need to use him more and we need more depth on the perimeter. He's definitely the guy that needs to do it, and to see some consistency there, not just some of the shots he made, but after his first rotation, he was so much better defensively. His first rotation, he was good on offense. He had a bunch of defensive errors. After that, he was really good. That gives you some confidence coming down the stretch. And, you know, I could keep going down the line. If the ball didn't find Jeremiah Davenport tonight, but, man, he just kept playing, hits big free throws, and I could kind of keep going down the line, but I'm proud of our guys. I feel like, especially the last 3 games against Temple, we've had a really hard time with the pick and roll. They've blitzed or hard-hedged Dave for 3 straight games. We haven't answered the bell. It's been frustrating. I thought our game plan tonight was significantly improved, and the guys did a great job at executing it early. And there was some great possessions, not just for Dave, but the ball kind of moved around and found our team. They adjusted, we adjusted, they kept adjusting, and those are part of some of the issues late with the switching. You know, all of a sudden the same stuff that was working early, they adjusted, and it stagnated us a little bit and gets us in some isolation situations that you just don't quite like as much. So that was a little bit of a chess match going on back and forth. But early, I thought our game plan was really sound versus their hedge, and I thought it freed Dave up a little bit. You know, he's been such a joy as a coach, because he likes to be coached. Like, he likes to be held accountable. And that's one of the most important qualities in players growing. Like, he wants to be held accountable in everything. And you just got to be honest with him. I think with Landers, he's so intelligent. He's grown up, right? He's mature. If you try to talk around him, he's going to sniff that out. But if you're just honest with him, he really responds. And that's been one of the joys of coaching him. And, you know, really honest with him. Like, he needed to pick it up defensively. You know, he needed to pick it up offensively in some ways over the last couple of weeks. And you tell him that, and you show him, and then he just kind of works at it and responds. And I thought he's been trying to kind of come out of it the last couple of days, and he came out of it late in that game today, and that was neat to see. He had him the whole game too, Chad. I mean, he started on him. There was probably only one stretch that wasn't his matchup, and it was 2 possessions. They subbed and put Dunn at point guard. They took Miller out in the first half, so we put Dave on Dunn, and we put Landers on Hicks. And it was 2 after that. That was the only time the whole game he didn't have Dunn. Now there's some transition possessions he doesn't get matched up to him, but I thought he did. You know, like you look down and Dunn has 34. He did a pretty damn good job on him, with the exception of some foul discipline. I think if outside of the foul discipline, I thought he did a great job. Now there's a couple plays where he leaves his feet, or maybe he doesn't slide his feet well enough to beat to the spot. And I think if you take those 4 or 5 plays out, his defense was phenomenal. And you know, just like Landers and Dave, I mean, these guys are good players, and Dunn made some big-time plays. He's +8, right? I mean, the impact he has on the game is significant. We know that. We're a different team with Victor Locken. You guys know that. I know that. Our team knows that. He hasn't practiced in 2 weeks, except he shot a lot of foul shots. So, you know, he better make his damn foul shots. That's all he's been doing. But it's great to have him back. Some of the bad habits that he's improved on, that if we kind of got out of him, when you don't practice for 2 weeks, they come back out. Now he's reaching and gambling and not as secure with the ball. And those are some of the plays you may go, he's rusty. I don't think it's rusty. It's just that he's worked really hard to build better habits. You take 2 weeks off, the old stuff comes out. I'm not worried about it. Like, he's the first person that could tell you he knows. And then he'll get back in the gym and work at it, and hopefully the ankle feels pretty good. I thought from a movement standpoint and a physical standpoint, I thought he looked okay. And that's the most important coming down the stretch. I think the first thing, Justin, is like, it's been a little mental when you've blown a couple leads, and it creeps in a little bit to your team. Like, oh, here we go again, and that type of thing. So I think finding ways to win here over the last couple games in those situations, I think that's the first step. I mean the mentality part's the first step. It may not look like it, but we're coaching that stuff. We do situations every day. We're talking about great shot offense. We're talking about how we execute. We're showing film of it. I thought defensively, with the exception of the time we didn't sprint back, I thought we were pretty damn good down the stretch tonight. We reached in, like Shuey reached in when he banged his, like a couple just bad fouls, but maybe Odie's foul in the box out. But we were pretty sound defensively, with the exception of some foul discipline. And that one possession, we don't sprint back and talk and give up the 3 to Hicks. Offensively, we got to execute better. Like, it's a catch, right? You want the ball in the right guy's hands. The more you move it around, the less of it, the more chance you have to turn it over late, and the more chance you have to get it maybe not in the position you want. The more you try to get it in the right spot, the more it gets stagnant and the defense gets set. And we're trying to find the right balance of that. There's been times that we've done a nice job of that. I did not think we did a very nice job of that tonight. I'll be honest, and that's on all of us. And we'll show the film and get back to work on that tomorrow. Winner, David DeJoyce. Pretty simple, winner. And just watch what he's done all year, how he's handled all the difficult positions that we've been in as a team, which is part of basketball. I'm not complaining, but he's had high expectations for this team and for himself, and there's been some things that have happened that have been frustrating for him. You know, losing John Newman, Vic, and Rob, like guys that he knew he was going to be able to rely on, older, experienced guys that were going to help our team be good. And every time that things have happened, he just responds. And he just does whatever he's got to do to help our team win.
2 more questions.
Leading our team. I am so proud of David DeJoyce, and it ain't over yet, so I don't want to do the kumbaya thing. Like he got to come back again and do it tomorrow. But he will. He's proven it. He's a Bearcat. I'm just so thrilled with not just how he's played, but who he's been for our program. He's helping our program take huge steps forward. Man, what a great defensive possession. He just reached in there, and that's where he kind of banged heads. And he's going to have a pretty good, swollen up eye there. But I love that he came back in and fought. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I thought defensively he wasn't just good. I think he's been really good. Offensively, he has such an impact on our team when he just makes the simple play, moves the ball, takes the right shots. And when he did that tonight, we were good. You know, the possession in the first half where he over dribbles like drives you crazy, but he's so smart. He knows he does that. He kind of clicks out of it and gets to the next, to playing back the right way. Yeah, I thought he was really good. Again, we need to get back to moving, running, sharing the ball, so guys like Micah and Jeremiah get some more opportunities tonight. And that, I look down tonight and we're too stagnant. But when we're playing like that, Micah and Jeremiah thrive, and we're a better offensive team. Yeah, I talked about it on the radio. You know, Jeremiah Davenport, 4 shots. The ball didn't find him. We talk about, you know, the ball needs to move. The ball didn't find him. We're stagnant. He just keeps playing. Got some huge rebounds, hits huge free throws. I thought he was really good defensively when he needed to be. Missed a couple box outs on the weak side in the first half and one in the second half that resulted in 2 points. He was hard on himself about those. But I thought he was a big-time player tonight, and we got to make sure that he's more involved offensively. Again, the ball's got to move around a little bit better. We'll get back to that in practice.